Okay guys, I just watched Blitz video talking about how it is important to push in lane, shove in lane. So Blitz video was in response to the pro player CCNC's guide. He's the pro player, right? He's saying about how if you want to get better at Dota, you should just stop jungling and just be in the lane. That's all you have to do. And Blitz made a follow-up video about why shoving in the lane as a team or even as individually is just so beneficial that it will decide the game even. So I watched the video and I think it's a really high level tip, but I just gotta be honest that even at my level, so this is my game. I was playing Witch Doctor and Terrorblade is bottom is my saving carry. So I'm like staying at 5.5k, 5.6k MMR. But I'll just tell you in all honesty that I don't understand. I don't fully understand if what Blitz was saying in his video. I'm not saying that his video was confusing, but I don't think I fully am I really ready to absorb everything and am I really ready to apply all that knowledge to my game and feel like I step up to my next level? And I'm like, I don't think so, because the concept he was talking about was really high level, and it is a really advanced concept and very very abstract. That if you are staying if you're like 4K MMR players, just a regular casual Dota 2 players, you shouldn't be able to understand everything he said and fully understand what's going to happen. Um, so in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you guys what's going to happen if you don't do that. If you don't shove in the lane, what is going to be the adverse effect that they talked about, the bad side of passively farming your own neutrals. What's going to happen if you not shove in the lane but just keep jungling? What's going to happen? And I feel like this game was a perfect example of demonstrating the bad side of jungling. So in this game I was playing Witch Doctor, so Terrorblade was our saving carry, so it was at minute 8, excuse me. It's minute 9, he popped on Metamorphosis, and with the catapult he pushed down the tier 1 tower and Aquila on, so that's good, right? That's like standard play as Terrorblade that we see every day. So I was like, okay, so you're not gonna the jungle camp that I stats. I go, good job, good job. What I'm gonna do as a support is I'm just not gonna bother looking at my carry. He doesn't know what he's doing. I'm gonna help my middle. I'm gonna think about rotating the top lane. So that's a little. So Terrorblade got a lot of farm by just farming the lane. He has 74, 62 lasted, and he got the tower gold. So he's now working on his Yasha and his farming. So it's good, right? His metamorphosis is off cooldown. Excuse me. I'm coughing a lot. His meta was off cooldown. I mean on cooldown, so he was farming the jungle. But now that he has the metamorphosis here, so this is where his metamorphosis was on cooldown for 6 seconds. So this is where as a Terrorblade or as a saving carry, you should realize that you have the tools and you're strong enough to contribute to other lanes by rotating. You can just use TP to here and pressure down this tower by popping the metamorphosis. They cannot stop it, right? They can't. Or just TP to here. Leshrac and Sand King were just being aggressive enough and they were strong enough to take down this tower. And if TP ever TPs to this lane and get this tower with this metamorphosis, it's really easy to take down the tier 2 tower as well. And the enemy team cannot do anything about it, right? He just can't. They cannot really do anything. Troll Warlord has no farm. He only has Aquila and phase boots. And surprisingly, we were playing against Wraith King, who was getting Midas as his first item. So this kind of shocked me. So they had no tools to defend Terrorblade's early push, which should be your strategy if you're playing Terrorblade. Puck, he has the AoE clear, but not really, right? Disruptor, I don't think there's not much he can do. Windrunner, he has only power shot, but it's not enough to stop TP's push. But now that I understood the previous part where he pressured down the tier 1, he got the tier 1 tower, and then he had to go back to the jungle because his metamorphosis was still on cooldown, but it's now off cooldown. He has meta. But look at his decision right around this time. He has TP. He sees that tier 1 tower is still alive, but he's just gonna farm. So this is the definition of passively farming. And This is so bad, and I want to say that it's almost as bad as you're basically making a game losing mistake. Meta is now off cooldown and you don't fucking care. So imagine that right here saying that, so Leshrac and Sand King were strong enough to take down the tier 1 tower and we smoked here. So like we knew that although we were strong enough to kill the tier 1 tower, we cannot take the tier 2 tower by just 3 of us. We just can't. Leshrac is, good pusher, but he's not strong enough to touch the tier 2 tower, and we just know it. We're gonna need a Terrorblade to do that, but he didn't come. So our second best option was to smoke in hopes of just trying to find someone and gank anyone. So we found him, and we got the kill, and we were happy. But there really is nothing else we can do here. We just have to go back to the lane, because we cannot push the tower anymore. But if TB was actually with us at this point right here, when we were smoke ganking, first of all, we would not even have smoked. We would have just stayed as 3 here after taking this tower. If TB just TP here, we're gonna go with him, and we're also gonna take down the tier 2 tower. And what's the effect of that? First of all, this tower right here is the jungle tower. The dire jungle tower. Seraphine tower is a jungle tower. By taking this tower, these 2 jungle camps are secured, limiting down Torwaller's farm, limiting down Wraith King's farm. So that's like a lot of pressure. If we happen to take this tower, which is definitely doable with the Terrorblade, if we happen to take this one, like, the Dire team is just fucked, right? The only tower that is now protecting the Dire team jungle is this tower, which is kind of vulnerable against Tinker and Terrorblade, right? Once he gets the Metamorphosis back, like, this tower is gone. Again, they cannot defend. They really can't. Especially when you have a Wraith King jungling with the first item Midas as your team. You just can't defend. You just can't. But TB made a really crucial mistake, really bad mistake, by just jungling. Not even thinking about that. Not even giving a second thought about what other things he can do, but he's gonna jungle, and he thinks he's doing something by controlling the illusion and accelerating his farm, but not really. And again, guys, this is not a low-level MMR play. She's Divine 5, and although we are low in the leaderboard, we are still the rankers. So this is like 5.6k, 5.7k average game. So that should be pretty high MMR game, but we still don't understand. We still fully don't understand what we should do when we are playing a hero like Terrorblade, and we still make the worst mistake and just passively farming. So yeah, guys, this is the Dota that we're playing. We don't understand everything, even though it may seem really basic. We just don't do it, even at the high MMR. And it's gonna pop his Metamorphosis right now, and it's gonna die. So even when he comes back, his Metamorphosis will be on cooldown for 140 seconds, and this is almost game losing. And as a Terrorblade, it's around minute 13, and the stats as a Terrorblade is 0-1-0. Although Terrorblade has like 82 lasted, if you look at KDA, he's standing right here. TB did nothing entire game. He only had taken down tier 1 tower, he died once, he has no kill, he has no assist. So what is TB gonna do right now? After dying, and after especially popping the Metamorphosis, this is now on cooldown. He has no choice but to just passively farming, right? And the first time it was okay because he managed to push down the tier 1 tower, but this time he really fucked up so hard, and right now he basically left us no choice but to passively jungle. So I cannot really criticize anything, although this is a bad play by Terrorblade. There really is nothing he can do other than passively farming. So this is just bad, but he made his own mistake, so the responsibility is on him. So he's gonna keep jungle farming. He's gonna keep jungle farm. Nothing he can do about it. He does not even want to participate in the team fight because meta is on cooldown. So it's bad, I get it. But okay, so now he has the meta. And his decision was to pop his Metamorphosis to farm the Asian camp that we stacked. So this I actually saw this while I was playing the game. I saw that this guy popped his Metamorphosis to farm the Asian camp, and I got angry. I got, what the fuck is the guy's doing, right? What the fuck is he doing? Seriously, are you I mean, really? Another passive farming, and it's not even passive farming because you had no Metamorphosis. You literally just popped your ultimate to farm the Asian camp instead of pushing tier 2 tower. when you were strong enough, when you should have known that you are much stronger than the enemy, because you're fighting against Wraith King jungle, whose first item was Midas, and Troll Warlord was. He said, "This guy has nothing, right? This guy has no item. How can this guy fight off Turboblade?" So Turboblade was not the mistake he made came from not checking the enemy's lane up, not checking the enemy's item, and not checking how strong you are yourself, and not checking how strong the enemy is. So everything contributes to his mistake, but above everything, the worst part is that he was I think this is his muscle memory. Like you're just playing Dota, and you see the safest way to farm is your jungle, and you're just gonna jungle, cause it's safe. It's in his muscle memory, but yeah. And Blitz talked about how it is so bad, in that 90% of the time this happens in our pub games, and he's right. He's just right. We don't think about what's going to happen, by aggressively shoving in the lane. We just don't think about it. And now that this is for the first time ever, Turboblade decided to push himself aggressively, but thank God that he popped the meta. He cannot perch at the turret tower. This is getting so sad, right? And he's like, okay, Turboblade is still looking for the empty lane. This guy's now out of position. Okay, we popped his ultimate. And this guy can blink off. So I'm like, whatever, we missed him. But so this is where, like, as I was playing support, this is where I felt like, okay, I did everything correct. Like as a support, I protected Turboblade from Windrunner in the early game, and I even helped middle, and then we dominated the lane top. But for some reason, it feels like we are losing the game, and we don't understand really why. So it took me a while to figure out why, and I saw that Turboblade was just passively farming 24/7. So this is the first time for the ever that Turboblade popped his metamorphosis aggressively and contesting the tier 2 tower. But watch what happens. Watch what happens. The enemy team is now strong enough to contest him, right? One Shaku shot and he's dead. So at minute 19, Turboblade for the first time, he popped the metamorphosis to take down the tier 2 tower, which is already too late. He should have done this 10 minutes ago. He should have done it 10 minutes ago. And the score is 1-1. And I was kind of shocked, right? Okay, I was kind of shocked that that we were losing this game against Wraith King Jungle, who was getting Midas as the first item. This is happening in my ranked games. Wraith King Jungle Midas. This is happening in my game. 5.7k MMR. This is happening. So you guys now see how bad our pub games are, right? Everyone is so bad, and the ideas that Blitz talked about is very high level play. I don't even think like every 6k player is capable of understanding and doing it consistently in his game. So that's super high level play. So if you do that, if you apply his knowledge right to your games, you should skyrocket in your MMR, and you should get 4k MMR, 5k MMR just in no time. Because we don't do that. We don't do that, and I'm pretty sure that 6k MMR players don't do that in every game. So that's a super high level play. And I just want to say that Blitz was right and CCNC was right. If you don't play aggressive, and if you spend just a lot of time just passively farming, this is what's gonna happen. So we ended up losing the game. I don't really want to like bother watching everything, but what basically happened is now that, okay, so his metamorphosis is on cooldown again. So what TB is gonna do is he's gonna passive farm again. He's gonna farm jungle. We have taken down the tower, but he's gonna farm jungle again. So this happens over and over. He just keeps farming jungle every day until the game is over. He just farms the jungle. That's it. He didn't even bother to farm the enemy jungle. He just farmed the nature camp on our side 24/7. Passively farm the lane. He's gonna go back to the jungle again, like jungling here, jungling, keep jungling. So that's everything that happened to him, and we're just gonna lose the game. That's it. That was simple. So I'm not gonna watch till the end of the game. We just lost. This is what happened. Just keep like passively farming because we don't have the map control, right? Even if we have Tinker, we lost all the advantages in the early game, and it's gonna die again. So yeah, we lose the game here. So that's what happened, guys. I hope you guys learned about why you should not never passively farming in your games. And I hope I did my best to explain about the knowledge. So I hope my advice helped you guys. Okay, thank you for watching. Goodbye.